Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the top 7 best-looking cruiser motorcycles 2025. Number 7. Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. If there's one cruiser turning heads in 2025, it's the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. This motorcycle doesn't scream for attention, it just gets it. With a stretched-out stance, low-slung profile, and gorgeous chrome touches, the Super Meteor 650 looks like it rolled off a custom shop floor. Its teardrop-shaped tank, wide handlebars, and beefy front forks give it an old-school cruiser soul with just the right amount of modern flair. The LED headlamp adds a sleek touch up front, and those alloy wheels, they seal the deal. It's the kind of bike that makes people stop mid-sentence. Underneath that pretty face is a 648 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that delivers 47 horsepower. It's smooth, responsive, and surprisingly refined for a cruiser in this class. The Super Meteor won't outpace the sport bikes, but it'll cruise down the highway with calm confidence and sound fantastic while doing it. The 6-speed gearbox shifts cleanly, and the torque delivery is strong enough to keep things interesting, whether you're weaving through traffic or coasting by the beach. The ride quality is surprisingly plush, thanks to a well-tuned suspension and a low seat height that gives you a laid-back riding posture. It comes with a digital analog instrument cluster, turn-by-turn navigation, and USB charging port. The seat is designed for long hauls, and even after a few hours, you'll feel more like you just got off a recliner than a motorcycle. Overall, the Super Meteor 650 is cruiser charm with real road presence. Number 6. A Triumph Bonville T120. The Triumph Bonville T120 might just be the James Bond of cruiser motorcycles, sleek, effortlessly cool, and always dressed to impress. With its timeless British styling and classic lines, it turns heads faster than a dog spotting a squirrel. Chrome accents shimmer under sunlight, twin pea-shooter exhausts add just the right touch of vintage swagger, and the sculpted tank feels like it belongs in a museum of modern art. This isn't just a motorcycle, it's a moving piece of nostalgia wrapped in modern elegance. The wire-spoke wheels, LED lighting, and subtle use of polished aluminum all whisper sophistication without trying too hard. Beneath that dapper exterior, the Bonneville T120 packs a 1,200 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine that delivers a healthy 79 horsepower. It sounds just right, not obnoxious, not too shy, but with enough character to keep your ears happy. The T120 comes equipped with ride modes, cruise control, heated grips, and even traction control, because looking good doesn't mean compromising comfort or safety. The dual-gauge setup gives you both analog charm and digital convenience. The seat is comfy enough for long hauls, and the upright posture makes you feel like you're on the road without needing a chiropractor afterward. Overall, the Triumph Bonneville T120 doesn't scream for attention, it earns it. It's a modern classic that proves style never goes out of fashion, and neither does a well-built motorcycle. Number 5. Harley-Davidson Breakout 117. The Harley-Davidson Breakout 117 is what happens when a cruiser motorcycle decides it wants to turn every street into a catwalk. Long, low, and dripping with chrome, this beauty looks like it just rolled off a custom builder's dream board. With its raked front end, stretched-out stance, and 21-inch front wheel, the Breakout 117 doesn't just roll down the road, it struts. The high-gloss black paint and polished finishes gleam like they've been waxed by angels. Add in a chiseled fuel tank and fat rear tire that looks like it's been lifting weights, and you've got a showstopper that doesn't even need to try. Underneath all that sculpted metal lies the Milwaukee 8117, a 1923cc V-twin engine that delivers 101 horsepower and enough torque to pull your soul into next week. It's the most powerful engine you'll find in a Harley-Davidson cruiser, and it sounds like thunder after a strong cup of coffee. You get modern touches too: LED lighting, digital display, and electronic cruise control that helps you keep cool while looking even cooler. The ride is surprisingly comfortable, with forward controls, a low seat, and a suspension setup that soaks up the bumps while keeping the attitude firm. This isn't a motorcycle you ride, it's one you wear like a leather jacket that somehow makes you better looking. Overall, the Breakout 117 is bold, loud, unapologetic, and drop-dead gorgeous, priced around $22,000. Number 4. Honda Shadow Phantom. The Honda Shadow Phantom cruises into 2025 with the kind of style that turns heads without even trying. It is not flashy or loud, but it oozes cool with its matte blacked-out look, low-slung stance, and minimalist design. From its chopped fenders to its short mufflers and bobber-inspired silhouette, this bike looks like it just rolled out of a graphic novel. The Phantom is for riders who want attitude without dressing like they're in a 1980s rock band. With spoked wheels, a low-profile seat, and blacked-out everything from fork to tail, it pulls off the classic cruiser look with a modern edge. Underneath that sleek exterior is a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin engine that hums with purpose. It delivers 44.6 horsepower, which is not going to rip your arms off but definitely gets the job done for cruising highways or gliding through town. The 5-speed transmission shifts with smooth confidence, and the engine gives a pleasant rumble that is more refined than rowdy. It is not built for speed. It is built for style, comfort, and effortless rides. Features include fuel injection for better throttle response, disc brakes front and rear, and a low 26-inch seat height that makes it approachable for most riders. The suspension is tuned for comfort, soaking up road bumps like a pro. It feels light and nimble for a cruiser, especially at low speeds. Whether you're headed downtown or just out to clear your head, it rides as good as it looks. Number 3. Indian Scout 60 Bobber. The Indian Scout 60 Bobber is the kind of cruiser that turns heads without even trying. With its low-slung stance, chopped fenders, bar-end mirrors, and blacked-out finishes, it looks like it just rolled out of a custom shop with attitude to spare. The solo seat sits low and mean, giving it that stripped-down, urban outlaw vibe. It's a bike that looks equally at home parked outside a tattoo studio or thundering down a desert highway. The fat tires and minimal chrome scream style without screaming for attention. It's not trying too hard, and that's exactly why it works. Underneath all that swagger is a 999 cubic centimeter V-twin engine that delivers 78 horsepower. That's enough grunt to make sure the Scout 60 Bobber isn't just all show and no go. The power delivery is smooth, responsive, and perfect for both cruising down the boulevard and blasting out of town for the weekend. The exhaust note has a throaty growl that lets the world know you mean business, without setting off every car alarm on the block. Features are refreshingly simple, just like the bike's character. There's keyless ignition, a digital gauge tucked neatly into the analog speedometer, and not much else to distract you from the ride. The riding position is relaxed but assertive, with mid-mounted controls and a low handlebar that lets you ride in style without looking like you're doing yoga. Overall, the Indian Scout 60 Bobber is proof that looking cool doesn't have to be complicated. Number 2. BMW R18. The BMW R18 is what happens when old-school charm meets German precision and then decides to strut down the boulevard like it owns the place. With its stretched-out stance, massive exposed driveshaft, and an ocean of chrome, the R18 looks like it just rolled out of a museum but got a full makeover from a custom shop. The teardrop fuel tank, sculpted fenders, and those fat tires give it the kind of road presence that makes other cruisers feel underdressed. Powering this beauty is a monster of a boxer engine, a 1,800 cubic centimeter two-cylinder air-cooled heart that thumps out 91 horsepower. It is the largest boxer BMW has ever made, and it shows. The low-end grunt is perfect for rolling through town or devouring long highways with nothing but time on your side and torque under your seat. It may not be built for speed demons, but it cruises with an effortless swagger that feels endlessly cool. Technology is subtle here: keyless ride, automatic stability control, and 3 riding modes: rock, roll, and rain. Yes, BMW named them like a band from the 1970s, and it works. The seating is low and wide, the handlebars stretch back just right, and every ride feels like you're starring in your own road movie. At around $15,000, the R18 is not cheap, but then again, timeless style never is. Overall, the BMW R18 is a rolling work of art that also happens to growl. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Fat Boy. The Harley-Davidson Fat Boy is a motorcycle that turns heads before it even starts. With its bold, muscular stance and a solid disc front wheel that looks like it could slice through time itself, this cruiser owns the road without trying too hard. The satin chrome finish and signature LED lighting give it a clean, sculpted appearance that's equal parts vintage, cool, and modern swagger. It's like the motorcycle equivalent of wearing a leather jacket to a black-tie party and still being the best-dressed person there. Underneath that iconic design is the Milwaukee 8114 engine, delivering 94 horsepower with a deep, satisfying growl that lets everyone know this is no garage queen. The throttle response is smooth but punchy, ideal for highway cruising or low-speed strutting through town. It's not just loud for attention, it's loud with purpose. Features-wise, it keeps things simple and effective, no fancy gimmicks or unnecessary tech cluttering the ride. You get a digital display, keyless ignition, and cruise control all wrapped in a bike that still feels like a proper Harley-Davidson. The seat is low and wide, perfect for longer rides, and the handling is surprisingly nimble for such a heavy machine. It glides confidently through turns, more like a dance partner than a steel beast. The Fat Boy is proof that muscle can be stylish, and chrome can still be cool in 2025. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.